Hello and welcome to another update video about LINK. LINK continues to be in this sideways range, in this in this long price channel in which it has been moving now for a long time. It continues to make lower lows and lower highs. Very locally here we currently see also sideways price action. I mentioned that to you a couple of days ago when I made the last LINK video that we might be stuck in this range for a little while because we saw it coming that we were moving in a series of 3s and 4s. Based on the wave count, indicating that if you have a couple of wave 4s coming, it's typically boring and is typically characterized by a lot of sideways price action, which again has come true now. Overall, you can count that in different ways, yeah, and you get different projections to the downside potentially. Again, I don't think there's a right or wrong. But at the moment, it just shows us that this is still corrective sideways action. So basically indicates at the moment to me that we're moving in an ending diagonal. I'm looking at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. And then here downside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that first of all, we need to complete this third wave. Then there should be a fourth wave and another move down in a fifth wave. And then we get here within the third wave an A, B, C structure. And within the C wave, well, we're basically getting towards the end of that C wave, but currently no evidence that it's complete, and it should really go below the low of the A wave. So we expect a move below roughly $4.98. To really suggest something more bullish, and to be honest, it has moved down deep enough and it has moved down low enough in this bear market. We don't need to come down any lower, but at the moment the price action doesn't suggest anything more bullish. This here is not an impulse, for example. I count it as a B wave, even though it looks impulsive, you could say. You don't get an impulse, yeah, you cannot count an impulse based on the Fibonacci projections. So we consider that just as a B wave with the C wave currently in the making as a 5-wave move here to the downside. Looking at it, yeah, I've got obviously as a microstructure, a 1-2-1-2 setup here. Then we could still be in this third wave. That's currently the idea, or maybe it's already finished. That's what I explained to you in the last video, because we basically formed a double bottom there. It is technically possible that this fifth wave of the third is already complete, but then diving into such micro counts is often not very helpful. But therefore I suggested to you we might be stuck in this sideways range for a while, because if the wave 4 is starting, then again this will be sideways action before we finally come down in this fifth wave, which could be the last wave down, which ideally will send us down below that $4.90 level of, okay, it's $4.90. So resistance is all the way up to $6.93, which means this fourth wave can technically go all the way up to that level if it needs to. We will have local resistance around $6.44, those previous swing highs, and this is a structural resistance area, plus the $6.65 level, also the 38.2 retracement, which is typically the ideal target for a fourth wave. So if the fourth wave is unfolding, you would expect a more clearly defined ABC structure, probably here in an A wave, then a B wave down, and a C wave higher in the fourth wave before it then eventually breaks down in this fifth wave of a C wave, of a third wave. Yeah. That's sort of what we want to see. We need to see if this fourth wave is really unfolding already. It is absolutely possible. We're still in the smaller degree fourth wave. But, you know, this is, you always get some distortions on lower time frames. I think important to understand is that at the moment, there is no evidence that the price has bottomed anywhere or put a lasting low in place. We're still grinding lower in a larger descending price channel. It should move down lower. At some point, we should complete this larger degree third wave here, then move up in a more substantial fourth wave correction before it comes down for the final flush. All of that is subject to change because we're dealing here with a diagonal structure. These just change, they morph. We're not in an impulse. So from that point of view, don't be surprised if the wave count changes. I actually expect it to change, but then there isn't anything, there is no other high probability wave count, or in fact, there are a few that I could show you, but they are all basically similar probability. That's the problem in diagonal structures. So we go with what's in front of us. We're measuring resistance. We had a few good resistance areas which did hold in the recent weeks. So we remain focused on lower until resistance breaks. And if the resistance breaks, then the price needs to rally in a 5-wave move above the price channel's upper boundary line. So there's quite a bit of work to do for LINK to prove that something more bullish is actually going on. That's my update about LINK. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.